Alright, we're to the point where we're punching stitch holes in this thing. First thing I did is I took it out to my garage and I sanded the edges. I have a horizontal belt sander, and I can just take it and sand the edges flush so they look good. Next thing I did is I took my dividers and I spaced them just proud of 1/8 of an inch, and then I mark where my stitch line is going to go. Now, something I thought of, I thought, what if I just use my chisel? And it is actually spaced about the same as my dividers. So actually, all I really need to do is just take my chisel and use that to mark my stitch line. And then at the end, I can take and mark where I'm going to put my first stitch hole. After that, I just use my other stitching chisel bang it on through the leather and make my stitch holes. Now in other videos y'all have seen me space out my stitch holes before I punched them. On this I don't really need to do that. Let me show you something real quick here. Here we go. Like on this and here, where the holes will meet in the corner, that's a case where I do need to stitch to space them out, because I have a definite start and ending point, and I want to make sure that the stitch line is even on that. On this one, it's just a straight line, and I just punch them until I get to the bottom. So I just take my chisel, I put it in the last hole that I made, put the rest of it on the line that I marked, make sure it's perpendicular to the surface of the leather, and pound it on through. Actually, I don't have to pound it that far, but I do anyway. I don't know why. Until I have a stitch line like that. Now there's one thing when you fold leather over like this, as you can see here, it's not going to meet at the bottom, but that's okay on the inside because I'm going to have to mold it to fit this thing anyway. But on the edge, I want that fold to meet all the way down at the bottom and close. A way to do that without like using a V-gouge or anything on the inside is when I sand it, I just round the edge a little bit. This side, yeah, round the edge a little bit, and what that makes is it makes it possible for me to close that up all the way down at the bottom. Plus, if you round these corners, I think it looks better. Anyway, I'm going to go ahead, keep punching these stitch holes, and when we come back, we'll put some stitches in this thing.